The players are off all week now? Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, in here for treatment if they need it. Similar schedule to last year.
Brian, what considerations will you give over the next week or 10 days to who's your next game starting quarterback?
Yeah, we're just getting started here. We're just finishing up. Still got a little bit to go, finishing up with the coaches on this game, and work as a coaching staff, and discuss a lot of things, look at a lot of things, and try to fix some things. That'll be something obviously we talk about as well.
Is it as simple as who gives you the next best chance to win, or are there other things to consider?
Yeah, I'd say we're just getting started on that process now. So we'll have plenty of meetings here tonight, tomorrow.
Right.
What kind of update do you have on
What kind of
In your mind, do you have a list of things that you've prioritized that you want to address in the coming week? And do you have enough time to address them?
Yeah, yep. I've been working on that for the past couple of weeks here as we get going. So once I get done with this, get back up with the coaches, kind of looked at the game last night, have a few more things to do with that. Then we'll get on to some of the self-scout and maybe looking at a couple other things around the league. Kim, would you, or Charlotte?
Yeah, I was just going to ask with the quarterback situation, how much do you factor some continuity and sticking with Tommy versus maybe the experience?
Yeah, well, that's something we'll talk about. We'll talk about it all.
What about you personally, though?
I'd say we'll have all discussions, collectively about it and make a decision.
How about an update on the health of Tyra? Like, obviously off that, and also Darren Waller. Sure. Like, what are your expectations for those two guys? Do you expect to see them this year?
Yeah, well, I'd say they're getting better. We'll see where they're at. I haven't talked to the medical guys yet, but they've been getting better.
Do they have a chance of returning after the bye week?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Brian, there's so many quarterbacks that are drafted first round, second round, third round that their first year they can't even operate in the NFL. And they have Tommy, who I know it's not perfect, but he's still he's functioning. So what characteristics did he have that have either developed underneath you or coming out of school where you're like, this guy might have something?
Yeah. I mean, it's an important position to try to develop. It's a hard position. This guy's, like I said, since OTAs, he's done everything we've asked him to do. I thought he's had two good mentors in there in terms of players. I think Shea does an excellent job with him. Calf does a great job with him. Him and I meet once a week. We have since OTAs. Discuss a lot of different things. I actually just met with him just now, right before I came down here. So he's got the right mindset. A lot of work to do. He's a young player, but he's made some progress. And he's done a good job for us.
One thing with him is he doesn't hesitate to let it rip downfield. How important is that for a quarterback and just for an offense to be able to get those plays?
Yeah, see it, let it go. Trust your eyes. I say be intelligently aggressive. So I think he had a little kind of fade adjust go route. They were playing cover 2 to Hyatt on the left-hand side. High level throw. We were just talking about it upstairs, exactly what he saw, why he went there. He's got good field vision. Usually when he comes off the sideline then he can articulate what he sees, which is not always the easiest thing, whether it's for young quarterbacks, even older quarterbacks. But hey, I put it here because I saw this guy move. The safety didn't open his shoulders. He stayed square. He was at 12 yards. I figured I had a chance to get it in there. And most of the time he sees it the way it is after you're watching on tape, which is always a hard thing to do, or you can come off to the sideline and say, hey, this is why I didn't do this, or man, I screwed this up. I should have let this one go or got it out a little quicker. So, but it's all, I think all the, the reps that he has had the last couple of weeks has helped him. We just got to try to keep improving him.
Daves, when you set out to your developmental plan,
Sure.
You saw Tommy as a developmental prospect. You couldn't have foreseen what happened ahead of him at the position. Does it hurt that process, or has this acceleration almost helped him come along faster because of what you've had to do?
I think every situation is different. It was different when I had Josh. It's different with Tommy. Again, he's had two. I think that's the third guy that doesn't get a ton of reps out there, other than he goes over and maybe throws one-on-ones with the tight ends and running backs at times, or he goes over there with CJ on a separate time and goes through some of the plays in his head. The meetings that I had, I do that because you got to spend so much time with these other quarterbacks to get them ready. It's a demanding position, and it takes a lot to prepare for a game. So you're devoting everything you got to, the first guy, the second guy, and you never want the third guy to feel left out at all. So I think those meetings that we have been important. I got to know him a little bit. He gets to know me, and now when he's in there with Shea and Kafka all the time, and but we still do our stuff. But again, he's played only a few games, a long way to go, but he's got the right mindset. He's done a good job.
When you saw the schedule come out, I'm sure you look at where things are and where the bye week is, and you saw how late it was. Did you kind of look at it and say, all right, where are we going to be at that point? It's I know you're looking at the first game, but where do you think you are right now, even after the 2 wins at the bye? And this is sort of a reset, the 4-8 record. And
I just say we take it week to week. So we'll look at the stuff we got to look at this week and get ready to play Green Bay.
Is this a reset, do you think, for you and the team?
It's a bye, so do the things you do normally during a bye. Get healthy as you can. Make sure you evaluate some stuff. Try to fix certain things, and then come back ready to go and get ready for Monday night game.
Davis, can you talk about the young players that have developed that have really been like a bright spot for you? The Hyatts, the Banks, the DeVitos, the Wandales, and so forth.
Sure. Yeah, look, those guys. It's a long season. I think again, even guys like Micah and Thibodeau, I think that have played quite a bit of football for us. That's the objective, is to get players in your system that you think you have a good skill set, the right mindset, and play them and get them to improve. And those guys have done a good job. Bellinger, guys that have played behind, Waller's out, now Bellinger's in. So those guys have the right mindset. I think the coaches work hard with them. They got to, they work hard to improve. But we still need them to keep improving.
I know you said you haven't met with medical staff yet, but how'd you come out health-wise?
I honestly right now I don't know. I'll meet with those guys later, sure, after you guys are done with Joe.
I know you downplayed any friction with Wink yesterday, but just in your experience, you've been in the league for a long time. Do coaches have to get along? I'm sure there's times where there's different personalities and there's conflict.
Look, you're in a competitive industry, so people you work with, you get a lot of respect for it. Everybody's trying to get the same thing.
One of the finer points of that report, Brian, can you just say for sure that Wink will be here for the rest of the year?
I addressed what I said last night, and I'm going to leave it what I said last night.
Have you had a conversation with Wink about it in the last 24 hours between the end of the game and today?
I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Yeah, I just met with Wink a little while ago.
What prompted
We
him
had donuts.
getting him a game ball? I don't know if I've seen you do that with a coach.
I've done that before.
With a coach?
Yeah.
Why did you win the Wink yesterday?
Because we had another game of 3 turnovers and held them to 7 points.
Ryan, I'm not sure if you answered the question. Do you think? Can you say for sure he'll be the DC the rest of the season?
Yeah, guys, I talked what I said last night. We're moving on here. Getting ready for having my week.
Evan Neal is going to play again this year. Do you have any sense of that?
Do I know? Well, not for certain, but I think he's getting better. So I'm hopeful. Yeah.
If he's ready to play, does he return to the lineup?
Yeah, this stuff we'll all talk about him when he's ready to play. I don't think he's ready to play quite yet, but he's getting there.
What do you look to get?
Evan Neal, sorry. Yep, you got it.
What do you look to get accomplished over the last 5-6 games of the season?
Yeah, I'm just focused on these next couple days and looking at our stuff, things we can improve on, and start some Green Bay prep.
Back to Paul's question in terms of the timing of the bye week. Do you have to do different things this bye week as opposed to last year when it was earlier? Because it's just so late in the year.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have more to look at, but you still look at some of the things that you want to place an emphasis on of improving. So, there's probably about 10 to 12 tapes that I've set up for the defense and offense to watch, and 4 or 5 for the special teams that those guys will get started on here shortly. We'll have a normal Monday. We'll work pretty late tonight. Same thing tomorrow, and see what we can get done and get on to Green Bay.
With your quarterback.
Thursday night games.
I'm sorry. What?
With the increase of Thursday night games, the extra game you guys are now playing with Week 18, and it seems like this year, more so than others, there have been a significant amount of injuries to quarterbacks and just positions all over. Would you be a proponent of a second bye? Do you believe that could potentially help long term?
Never thought of it. Yeah, never thought of it.
Answer on the fly.
Never thought, it didn't cross my mind. Whatever you can do to minimize injuries.
Are you gonna have, I don't know, Tommy kind of do more work this week, even though it is the bye? Will he be off completely? How does that work for a guy like him?
Yeah, I mean, he'll have his, weekend off and stuff like that, but I'm sure he'll be doing, I know he'll be doing stuff. We just talked about it. Again, young player, lot to develop in terms of that position, which is important, and I know he'll work at it.
Like what? Like what kind of stuff can he do during that time?
Watch tape, get ahead on Green Bay, look at his past 2 games, talk about plays that he really likes, maybe plays he didn't like during a game. Those are some of the main things. All good?
Players will be back next Monday? Is that right?
Yep.
And you'll shift the schedule probably because of the Monday night game?
Yeah, so right now, tentatively, Patty, it'll be, and this is kind of a ramp up too with the training staff. I still got to meet with the medical staff, but this is tentatively. Monday, they'll kind of get back in. We'll do a little bit of a walkthrough. Tuesday will be similar to a Wednesday, but additional walkthrough with it. Wednesday will be a Wednesday. Thursday will be like a Tuesday, so that will be the players' day off like we've done in the past. Friday will be a Thursday. Saturday will be a Friday. Got all that? That's tentatively. I want to meet with Ronnie and the rest of the trainers and make sure, and the sports science people, but that's kind of what we have mapped out starting last weekend to now.
Is that just for Patty?
No, she asked.
I think I got it.
You good?
Brian, one of the things that happened today was Frank Reich was fired. And I'm wondering, is less than a year a
Frank
fair...
was?
Yeah. Is less than a year a fair amount of time for any coach?
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm just trying to do the best job I can. So, never like to see that with any of the guys, you know.
Brian, is it too late to change anything, looking forward on how your processes, your practice schedule, or anything like that to get the guys through the rest of the year?
No, we do that every week. Yep, every week.